baby!
Bro Church is a highly sophisticated podcast, hosted by highly sophisticated people. If you believe that, I'll tell you another.
All right, here we go. I'm eating.
Here we go.
Dave, you want to introduce this? I want you to introduce this.
Where you got the? You know what? Actually, this is weird. I haven't really done the introduction before. I'm so used to you doing it. You're so flawless with it. Well, anyway, everybody, welcome to Bro Church. This is episode I forgot, and Felix normally handles. I got Felix here. Today we are trying something different. We're gonna go on the fly like we normally do when we go hang out and drink. So we tend to laugh a lot when we do that. So, but yeah, welcome back to everybody. We took a week off, regrouped, and now we're back. And holy shit, that a lot of things happened within that week.
Yeah. Well, what happened in that week, Dave?
Well, I don't know. Some of us are in tune and realize that's a devastating hurricane that one just hit, and actually currently tonight there's another one that's about to hit Florida, and Felix is so up to date. He found out about it 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. I was telling Dave that I came home and I'm like talking to Alexandra, and she's like looking at the TV with it's like a sad face. I really shouldn't be joking around about it because people
Like
are
a
dealing.
sad face.
We got family in Florida, and we were texting them and shit. But she starts saying something about this, like there's something dramatic on the TV, and I look at the TV and it's local news, like Ephrata house burning, and she's like so sad, and I'm like, it's just Ephrata, and I felt bad about that. I was like, well, Ephrata's good too. Ephrata's all right. But then she was like, no, there's a hurricane about to hit Tampa. And then I saw on the side of the screen. So yeah, there's a Tampa's in line for some of the most destructive storm in a while or in recorded history. I hope that everybody that I know and everybody I don't know in Florida, if you're Florida, I hope that you're at least able to watch Bro Church. And at least stay safe. Please stay safe. All joking aside.
Please tell me that you know about Hurricane Helene.
No.
Are you serious? You don't know anything? Jesus, dude.
Is that?
That's the first fucking hurricane that about wiped out a town in North Carolina. Yeah, it happened about what? It happened what 2-3 days ago?
So here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think why I don't know is because I tune myself out when it comes to
there's
bad
tuning
news.
Out.
I tune out.
You don't tune out, dude. You just amputate the ear. There's no tuning out, man. This is if you click on, I don't know, social media and the news, or just walk down the street, you just got the blinders on, man.
I've been I started I stopped using Chat GPT for our images, and I started using OpenArt, and I'm getting savvy with it, and I've just been immersed in this different world of how we can
apparently goddamn
the week that we took off it came in handy because I was like, well, I'm just gonna I didn't look when stuff comes on the TV that I don't like I'll watch the news, and then depressing stories like storms and people they come up to you with a microphone and they're like, your house was just destroyed. How do you think you'll ever come? I'm just
you're like,
I can't
turn it off.
Lives.
It's just boring.
Depressing.
Fuck these people.
I feel bad. I'm like, what am I going to say here?
Nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I said I feel bad because the first thing I said to Alexandra was, "That's why I don't want to live in Florida." And it was That's like the first thought that came to mind. Like, hey, you got to deal with that shit all the fucking time. You work so hard to get this beautiful house, and then it's just like, oh, something's about to come and mollywop the fuck out of it. Hope you got the right insurance.
Dude, they got mollywopped by Hurricane Helene, and then this just is happening currently as we speak. Hurricane Milton is touching ground at a Category 3, and then right behind it, literally right behind Hurricane Milton, comes Hurricane Irene. So they're getting mollywopped, bitch slapped, and then just kind of finished off at the end there, man. I'm telling you. And they haven't even recovered from Hurricane Helene, and now they got to deal with this, man. It's fucking crazy. And it's not just Florida; it's pretty much the East Coast.
Yeah,
East Coast. I think hurricane from the original tracking for Hurricane Irene, it's going to swing up the East Coast, so we might actually see a little bit of it.
Well, listen. All joking aside, I want everybody to be safe. Obviously, if you're able to, we do have family members that were able to leave the state. I know a lot of people don't have that type of flexibility, and there's a lot of diehard. I grew up here. This is where I'm going.
Oh, yeah, dude. They're saying, if I'm going to die, I might as well die in my house. And it's like, you know what? I hear you, but there's going to be people coming after you to help you that you're putting in danger, So even though you're not escaping, people do care about you, and you're going to put other people at risk because they're coming to get you to help you if they can, Other times they can't. Like, we do what we can, but there's only so much, utilities or boats or anything, that we have to help you. But
I feel like this is also a great barometer, like a natural barometer in life, where you really can see who doesn't like you, because people will be like, oh, I'm not going to check up on these people. And it's just like, yeah, I almost died. And nobody came to my aid. Everybody else, yes. But me, I was left. By the wayside.
Now that I found out about how you just disconnect, I'm afraid that if something, God forbid, anything happens, and I'm trudging along, trying to save you, trying to get to your house, trying to get everything set, and you're sitting there on the couch, fucking half baked, eating
and I'll be like, I wasn't paying attention. Like I wasn't. Yeah, but here's the thing. I think I naturally I guess this is a good point. Like there's some things where Alexandra will be like, how did you know that? How do you know this? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I read it. Like I see it online. I'm reading it. I'm looking it up. There's a lot of things that naturally I'm drawn to. And then there's just other things. And I think it's weather that doesn't pertain to me. I think or that to me is like
events or catastrophic.
No, but I'm not there. So I do it. And
but you know how many staples are in a box, though. How do you know that? Like a fucking Rain Man over here. I know how many toothpicks are in here.
How do you know how many individual squares are on a single sheet of graph paper? How do you know that? But you don't know. When Puerto Rico got hit with all those storms, and people were like, my in-laws or like family, I'm like, hey, did you see what happened to Puerto Rico? Like, and I was like, yeah, that's just fucking crazy.
No, you didn't do the.
I didn't know. I
have no idea.
If the weather is over there and if I don't have to drive in it, now obviously, if it gets high enough where it's national coverage, it's eventually going to come across my radar. Then I know it's worthy of my attention. Yeah. But other than that, I'm just like I don't know what's going on in Delaware right now. I don't give a fuck.
No, but you're right. But graph paper squares are important. You have to know that because that's an everyday thing, Well,
there's a certain number horizontal and a certain number vertical. And then you got to make sure that that you have enough to at least make a good solid maze.
I could see you talking about this on the boat while they're trying to get you back to safety because your house got flooded. Oh yeah, so since we're just waiting and we're just treading in the water right now and there's high winds, did you know that there are certain squares around the graph paper? You're just starting random conversation on the boat after they just risked everything to save your life. I really didn't know things were happening, but I appreciate everything. Appreciate you showing up.
I start like handing out pieces of graph paper. Like, I brought this with me in case somebody wanted. Wet graph paper in my pocket. All the things I could have grabbed. I grabbed my graph sheets.
Just in case nobody believed me. I have it right here. Oh, well, part of it. Everything else kind of disintegrated, but
I make a real cool graffiti S on graph paper. Let me show you.
Yeah. You know what? You would have the luck that you whip out the graph paper and be like, you know what? That's exactly what we need. Now we can draw a map. You see?
Yeah. I start making cubes, like 3-dimensional cubes. Like, we have to start thinking 3-dimensionally and then 4th-dimensionally to save people.
And then you'll be on the news and your teacher be like, yeah, this is why I took him to the morgue right here. This is what triggered his intelligence. He needs another trip to the morgue to figure out more things.
No, I'd be like the schmuck where like they saved me, not realizing I was the one not paying attention, but the 5 other people after me that they can't get to, they've been well aware of it, and they've been.
Oh yeah, they got a stockpile.
They got flare guns. I'm sitting there like, I'm sorry, I was literally in the middle of making a maze on my 13th maze.
13th.
They're all connected.
Yeah, I was playing Torn. I was an assassin. Did you know why your house roof is falling out? Oh my god!
Speaking of Torn, dude, that's what I was getting into today. I started. I started. I don't know if you know this, but like 25 years ago or so, I used to like role play on AOL in the chat rooms. Like there was wizards and there was like vampires and elves, and you could roll your dice, and there was like a thing that you typed and the dice would roll. I never really got into the dice part, but I always was fascinated by like the storytelling.
Yeah.
Creating a character. I created a character on AOL, had its own profile, and there were certain ways that you engaged in conversation. There's certain symbols and characters you use to distinguish whether you're in character or out of character, and certain lingo. Anyway, I hadn't done that in 25 some years, and I came across a post where somebody like was talking about it, and they started talking about some of the chat rooms, and I was like, oh shit, I remember that. So I was like, do they still do that? Is there anywhere that does that now? Sure enough, there is. I went to rolepages.com, created a character. It was pretty cool, but I wasn't really into it because, there's not a lot of activity, and it's elves and wizards and, just all kinds of debauchery that I'm not knocking it. It's just not my bag. I created a human character, and I'm not going to describe my character right now because I'm still fleshing them out. But it's the character. It's the same name I've used always. Anyway,
Graphmaster.
Graphmaster.
That's your character name.
AI image of this guy holding just sheets of graph paper.
Like,
but I started going down a rabbit hole. Like, there's got to be like, I wanted like that type of text-based role play, but in a modern crime environment. And I came across Torn.
Character.
Dude, this website, Torn, they think of everything. Like right now, like literally, I'm level 1, beginner. I had to go get a job. I got to go to the gym, work out. Now you don't physically see yourself doing it. You have like a certain number of points that equal your energy, stamina, and all that. And then you got to allocate certain points for working out, for endurance, working out for this, and your energy depletes. Then you got to stop. Then you got to do other stuff to get your energy up. But all that to put you in a position to get in these chat rooms and have a level that you can start that's the nerdiest I've ever gotten, man. And I haven't.
Huh.
It's long term. Like there's people that have been playing this for 10 plus years. Like their story.
Wow.
Is yeah. And the website, from what from learning, is it's set up so that if you're not active for a while, you're out. You have to constantly be involved. Yeah. So I could be wrong with some of those things. It was a brief introduction, but that's what I'm doing. I create a character, you know what I mean, and he's gonna be gritty, you know what I mean, and you know he's gonna be dealing with the mafia.
Yeah, you gotta tell me your character's name.
But the cool thing about it that I learned, I was reading, that makes sense, is that a lot of authors and writers get involved in these types of text-based role-playing because it helps enhance storytelling. It keeps the craft. There's a lot of, like, I'm not talking about like a sentence response. There's multi-paragraph responses in these role plays where you really, if you can't engage on that level, then you don't really, people don't fuck with you, and that's how serious they take it. And so dude, I love it. I fucking love it, dude.
Dude, this is literally D&D. I mean, you got directors, writers, you know, movie stars that all play D&D, and this is how they started, because it's everything you explain is literally Dungeons and Dragons. You create your character, you have a backstory, you have your stats, you have your description on what you look like, you know, your race. Are you a mage? Are you a paladin? Are you a fighter? You know, you have all these traits, and if you really want to get deep into Dungeons and Dragons, you really have to, you know, nitpick your character, and create this massive storyline just for your character. So when you introduce your character, because in the beginning of every game, you sit there and you start to explain your character. It's okay, this is Torin. He's from, you know, West Side Story, let's just say. He'll come in, and then that's when you come in. You know, the dungeon master will kind of introduce you, and that's where you come in the scene. And you know, we're sitting at a campfire, and suddenly, you know, Torin comes in, and that's when you come in and explain who you are. You know, and this sounds exactly like freaking D&D, just, you know,
it's so detailed though, dude.
You know what? I arguably I can't say arguably that this is as detailed, more detailed as D&D, because I haven't played Torn yet, but it seems to be just as detailed as D&D, because I'm looking at it right now, and it looks pretty cool.
But the thing about it too is, like, it's so detailed that it forced me to stop going too far and reading and be like, whoa. Like, let me start over. If the introduction and the tutorial is going to take me 7 days, then I have to go.
Oh, then yeah.
Through, like, dude, it said you have to get an education in something to build your level of expertise in whatever.
Yeah.
So I selected business, and I have a business course. Now it's all within the game, but it's done in real time. So I have to wait and do this course. And then when I have time, I do the next course, and it costs me X amount of money. Well, I got to go get a job. But it's not like you see a character. It's all gameplay that's text based. And the thing that I liked about it that I wasn't used to back in the AOL days was a lot of people back then would just be like, oh, I come in and I kill you, you know, and they have this way of saying it. And a lot of people be like, well, I'm not going to die. Where here, there's structure where it's kind of like, if a character is looked at as a possible death, that character needs to be approached, and it needs to be explained to them how they would like it to be, and that character needs to give their consent, and there needs to be an understand. Yeah, and there's structure. Like, you just can't come in there and do dumb shit. There's structure. You have to honor the story. You can't just go in there with information that you know out of character and use it in character, which I know it sounds to people that are probably listening right now like this is some nerdy shit. It is, but I like it because I like the storytelling part of it.
You know, they say that shit until they start playing it. Once they start playing it and really getting involved, they start to get addicted, just like anything else. Like, dude, this literally sounds like Dungeons and Dragons, man. I am excited for one day for you to sit down with me and the boys and play Dungeons and Dragons.
I'll try it. I mean,
you're
I'll
literally doing
it
right now. Like, you've already done it. You can't, now what's great about it is you can't be like, oh, fucking Dungeons and Dragons, you can fucking do that. Now you're literally doing it, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome to the nerd side.
The funny thing is I just forgot that I had done this in my very early 20s. And
yeah.
It was like I did it for years and not realizing what it was. I just kind of was like, oh, it's on AOL and there's a chat room. It's called Riding. It was where you would go to hang out at a tavern, like a bar, and people who were lurking would sit in the rafters. At least that's what it was described as. So you could lurk, but you were considered one of the ones that were in the rafters. And then you would come down when you decided to join the, dumb shit like that. And
yeah.
I just felt like it really forced people to get creative with storytelling. And so I thought of, like, when we talk about the trio of Frank, James, and Gina for the Brochurch universe, that when we talk about things like this, like that's where my mind was going, was like, man, I'm creating a character. And I'm like, you really have to take this seriously and be like, no, I need to take my time and flesh out this character. This character won't be where I want him to be probably for another year or so. And I'm like, but like, where am I going? Nowhere, God willing. So let me just take my time and like have fun with it.
Dude, sometimes a D&D game, I know I think it's 40 years. I got to look into it, but there is a game that's been going on for that long. Estimated 4 years. Let me use that. 40? But yeah, it's 40 fucking years. A group of friends that have been friends for that. Well, I'm just saying like estimated 4 years. I think it's less than that, but they've been friends for that long that they've been playing it, like the same story for that long. D&D is fucking amazing, dude. I'm telling you. And it's so, like, you can use minifigures or you can use, a landscape, but you don't really need it. You have your stat sheet, you have your notebook, you have your storyline, but as long as you're married to your character, like, your fucking character in and out. You see what I'm saying? So just like what you describe here, ultimately describes Dungeons and Dragons, man. I'm telling you. So that's why I'm stoked, because now we get to sit down.
Well, your imagination plays a role in it too, because there's a lot of these role playing. Because I came across other ones. I was on Discord. I signed up for Discord because I was reading that you could find some of those there. But a lot of these newer ones, like I'm all about the text based. I don't want to get involved with ones where you can use pictures to add to the story, or you can use voice, you can talk, because I kind of want to keep it all here in my head, like what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. But to each his own. But that's what I was getting into. So it was one of those things where I was like, I kind of just felt like a kid again. And I was like, I was nerding out, and I was just like, okay. And so let me take my time and plan this out. I'll talk to ChatGPT, like, here's my character. Dude, it was like, well, forgive me. The other one I was working on, they were like, what's the character's inventory? And I was like, ooh. So I thought about
here we go.
So I went to Chat GPT, and it already knew my character. I said, what would this character's inventory be? I was like, he could have a Glock, or he could have this other gun. He could have a watch. He could have a notebook. He could have a flashlight. And I was just like, oh man, and you start like realizing the different branches of this tree and how it grows and becomes what it is now. Like, there's people that are doing Fabletop gaming is a term that I came across, where it's the role-playing universe like D&D and tabletop, where they coined the phrase Fabletop. So, there's a lot of people that know a lot more than me, I'm sure. I know for sure, but I just, that's what so when I messaged that to you, because I was like, I wonder if Dave even though it's so gritty. Like even the website, it's all like gray and like
Yeah, dude. I'm
noir.
I'm looking at the app, man, and it's pretty cool. It's already got me reading, and I'm like blah 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 helicopter blah blah blah.
Yeah, there's an
But
app. I downloaded the app. Yeah.
yeah, but what's cool is oh look, I can actually put your name. If a player told you about Torn, who was it? I'm gonna snitch you out.
I don't think I entered my real name in there though. I use my
No,
only
not
my
your real
character's
name. I think it needs your character's name, but we'll figure that out later. I'll put it in. But
I'll tell you once I flesh it out.
This is literally D&D just named differently. It's very close, and you have to make sure you spell it right when you Google search it, because I didn't. And
yeah, like look,
certain things.
There's my shack. That's where I live right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's for free. I live in a shack. It's free. And then it shows you other places. It's like a video game, but it's just structured for nerds. Anyway, that's my life right now, dude.
Hey, that's your life, Torn.
I tell you. But the funny thing is, dude, like,
oh my God,
I can't tell you how my anxiety went. Pew,
because your brain is being taken away from, and this is what I'm telling people, like, when you get involved, like video games can do this, like it has the ability to take you away from, the real world issues, but it doesn't do it to the level of tabletop games like D&D, freaking Warhammer, all these other, like, I play a lot of Zombicide, which is another, tabletop game, but it takes you away for at least a brief moment where you don't have to think about bills, you don't have to think about the house, you don't have to think about any responsibilities. All you got to think about is your character, your story, and you have full control. So you can imagine the fact that anxiety mainly stems from the lack of control because of what's happening. So you try to regain that control. It's a domino effect. So, but in these tabletop games, you fully have control. Therefore, your anxiety just drops and your stress level just goes away.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, I can spend hours just painting figurines because that's all I'll put on, Warhammer background music, and then just get lost in just painting these figurines because I know I have full control of the situation at hand.
What's the music like? Is it like
yeah, it's literally, I don't know if you it all depends
epic
on
battles.
Yeah, well, there's epic battles, there's because Warhammer is like thick based Catholic, medieval type symbolism.
Okay.
Like the God Emperor and these giant cathedrals. So it's a very thick Roman Catholic, Dark Ages type theme.
Yeah.
So when you hear the music, it's kind of like chanting. If you're at the Terra and listening to like the God Emperor, there's other, like, for the oh my God, the Mechanicus fraction where there's more technical, more like you can hear like the mechanics behind it and starts playing like techno.
Yeah.
But it's not really techno, but it's pretty fucking cool, the music.
Yeah,
but you get lost in it, dude. It's the best thing ever. It's like the one thing to just get away for a little bit,
Yeah, I think that's what I was doing it too. I was kind of just enjoying myself in my own space. And also, like, I felt productive because I was kind of like stimulated in my brain to create and think and structure. And it allowed me to kind of like step away from something and breathe, to come back and be like, okay, I'm ready to, just go about the rest of my day. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get into it.
What I gotta look for is either look for or create a kind of D&D Torn-esque storyline base with couples. You know what I mean? Like, that way your significant other, you and your significant other can sit down and play and start this, role-playing game with fantasy and adventure. And of course, it definitely, the whole meaning of of the game would be to, accomplish this mission or this adventure together, this journey, away from, like I said, all the worldly problems of
Yeah.
reality. So I'm wondering if that would actually kick off. But knowing me, it probably end up being that I'm a wizard that's able to take the clothes off and be like, look, you got no shirt now, so you have to technically take your shirt now. Let them all hang out. She's probably gonna get tired of playing with me in the first 5 minutes because I'm like, I'm always naked at the end of this. Sorry, I am
You're
a
like,
powerful
gosh.
wizard.
Gosh, you don't say.
You don't say. Oh, you're attacked by a dragon that tears your pants off. Damn.
Shucks. Who created this game? Next
Yeah.
card.
Next card. Oh man. So yeah, it'll pretty much end up that way, but at least it's the thought that counts, right?
It is. It is. I'm enjoying it. I think maybe once I'm ready to venture into the D&D world, I'll give it a shot. I will say that even though some of it I'm not into, I do respect the attention to detail with it. And the reason why I say that is because I would hate to start something and then not really keep up with it enough where when I come back into it, I'm like, oh wait, what does this mean again? Oh,
yeah, no, dude.
Consistency
the story
is
and the
key.
dedication to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's cool is, speaking of character, so we're rolling into Halloween here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have the cowboy thing. You figure out,
I got
you
the
doing
cowboy thing? Yeah.
Now, be honest with me. Did you create the theme because you wanted to wear your cowboy hat?
No, I'm not wearing my cowboy hat.
You're not? Are you serious?
I am wearing a cowboy hat. Dude,
you're not wearing the cowboy hat that you got.
That shit was expensive, bro. I'm not wearing that.
So you ain't wearing it for Halloween? Dude, I straight up was like to Ronnie, I was like, Felix probably created this whole thing because we were like, cowboy. Okay, so now we're trying to figure out, what we're gonna wear. But I'm like, I think he wanted to do this because he wanted to wear that hat.
That hat. It's a white palm. It's made out of palm. I guess I don't know leaves, but it's a white palm hat, and that hat was like $250 fucking dollars. I'm not gonna just.
That's not bad, dude.
Okay,
for a custom hat.
Yeah, and I got it because it was light and it wouldn't absorb the sun because I knew like at that time in Texas it was hot.
Yeah,
but the reason why I picked a Western theme is because I wanted to start doing themes, and Western was like heavy on my mind. And we just got done, Alexandra and I just got done watching all of the Yellowstone series, like the entire franchise.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
And so one of the characters that are together now is Rip and Beth. Yeah. And I was like, yo, you want to be Rip and Beth? And she was like, yeah. So I knew my shit was simple. I'm growing out the beard, and I got a hat, and I got a Yellowstone like jacket like he wears.
Oh,
and I
nice.
just got to walk around and beat people up. But
there you go.
I gotta get black gloves. So that's why I'm not wearing my white hat, because that wouldn't go with my character choice. Sir.
I'm just gonna wear a neck brace and be that guy that got his ass whooped and has to wear a neck brace.
Yeah, and every time you walk in, I just like take a look at you and I put my beard down. I'm like, God damn it, I thought I told you to stay out here. And I grab you, and I throw you out. Like we just do that over and over.
Anywhere I go.
I gotta take you to the train station.
Oh shit! Gotta take you so you can go down to the 666. Just walk around. Hey, Felix.
Yeah, it'd be so great. Like, nobody saw Felix, right? Nobody saw Rip. And then I just stand there like, how many times do I gotta learn you?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what freaking character to be for this cowboy thing. Like Ronnie already said she's gonna try to do a gypsy. So
well, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out where I can branch off this and see either.
Well, look into Red Dead. There's so many different characters that you could kind of.
Maybe I could be Red Dead Zombie.
You could. There's that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I gotta, and that's the thing. Like, there's Red Dead, but I can't play most of the characters. I mean, what character can I play for Red Dead?
It's just dressing up, though. You're not.
Yeah.
We're not asking you to actually be a method actor here.
You know, I just feel like I have a responsibility here.
Dude, if you did
I
dress
feel
up
like
as a Red Dead zombie and all you did all night was just like walk around like,
Yeah.
like nobody's talking to you, just like randomly shuffling, hitting the wall, tripping over shit.
You know that ain't gonna fly in a Puerto Rican's house, man. You can't walk by somebody and not say hi. They're gonna be so fucking mad.
I know, yo. Somebody will be sweeping up behind you as you walk, or it's mopping with Fabuloso.
Fabuloso.
Like
Were they gonna get the rosary out?
This fucking zombie's dirtying this house. I just mopped it for the 5th time.
Oh shit! All of a sudden we're singing prayers.
Yeah, you can dress up as I like the Western zombie thing. Even the movie House 2. House 2 had like oh,
that's right.
There was like a zombie, like a living dead
miner.
Cowboy in there. Or
he was a
like
miner. That's who he was. I remember.
Okay.
God, dude, you
I thought
brought
but there was a cowboy though. There was a cowboy.
Was there?
In the second House movie? I don't know. Yeah, we should. I think you've got a lot. I think you need to.
I don't know. Like I was really like me and the boys were saying we should do the Clint Eastwood, the Good, Bad, and Ugly.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then every time, just as I'm walking down, and if I see you across the room, I'll just stare you down, and then one of the boys just out of the blue is gonna go, just out of the blue,
and one of the other boys like is the tumbleweed, and he just rolls across the floor.
That's literally what I said. I said Rafi could be the tumbleweed. We just dress him up. He just runs across the room.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great if he like did it all slow. We're just waiting for him. It's like 3 minutes. He like rolls and like trips and gets up and like looks at you and then
the tumbleweed looking for confirmation that he's doing a good job.
And you're like, yeah, go, get out of the way.
Go, yeah, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
If I wasn't going to dress up like Rip, I probably would get inspiration from Back to the Future Part 3.
Oh my God. Ronnie
there.
Said that. Yeah, Ronnie said I should dress up as a Marty McFly with the whole random colors.
Yeah. I didn't think about that part.
Yeah. With the sneakers.
Just walk around with holding your boots the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what at the part where he's like holding his boots and he's still got his sneakers on.
Oh my God, that would be fucking perfect. Yeah, I gotta figure it out, man. Oh, dude, have you ever been to Spirit of Halloween? Speaking of Halloween,
yeah.
Dude,
I mean, it's been a while, just like once a year.
One of the animatronics got Ronnie.
Oh, really?
Dude, have you seen the videos of those things? Like just fucking putting people on the ground, man. It's just hilarious. Had that ever happened to you? Do you ever get that?
No, but I did have, while we were in Texas, there was a guy dressed up as a bush, and he's called the Texas. He's on YouTube, and he dressed up. He's got this fake pottery pot around him, and he wears this costume that looks like he's foliage.
I seen that. I know what you're talking about.
And he had like red apples on him, and he's just like, he's like bundled up, and we're walking into this cigar spot, which is horrible, by the way. And as we're walking in, I hear a growl, and I'm like,
"Shut up! You actually got."
And he stands up, and I'm like, "Whoa,
yo!" Imagine you're probably on YouTube.
Well, he goes, "Hey, check me out. I'm on YouTube." I was just like, "All right." And then I went on YouTube like a month ago. I was like, I gotta be on there, and I'm nowhere. I'm like,
you weren't scared enough. That's why.
One of his apples actually fell, and he didn't know, and I grabbed it, so I still have it. It's the apple that I hold.
You took it
in some of those pictures we did for Bro Church, and I'm holding an apple. That's his apple.
That's
I was holding another man's apple.
Oh, that's beautiful. See, that's part of your character on Torn.
Yeah. So,
40.
One day I held a man's apple.
Is that what Diddy's saying right now? Holding apples.
Lord. There was no need for that, David. Stop. That was horrible.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Why'd you do that?
Look, even my mic is going down. It just keeps going down.
What are you doing? What's going on? Is it at a tabletop mic?
No, it's got the mic arm thing. Mic arm. What the fuck is going on? Fuck it. I'll just hold it up.
You gotta tighten up where the joint area. You gotta tighten.
I did. Tighten the fuck out.
It might be stripped and it's just not able to tighten anymore.
Damn strippers. There we go. I was like halfway in, halfway out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we got it.
Yeah. So the Halloween party's coming up in a few weeks, and
that's cool.
I'll be looking.
You know what? That's the one thing I miss about PA is the whole Halloween-esque, because it thrives in Halloween, man. There's so many events, so many things to do for Halloween around that area. It's fucking awesome. Have you ever been to the prison?
Pull that mic up to you, bro. Because I hear you, but you're not being recorded that well.
Does that work?
You actually sound great there.
Oh, do I sound great? So I basically have to.
You gotta give the microphone a blowjob while you're talking.
Apparently, and not even that. Like
spit shine.
God damn, I gotta have it like up there.
Not that high. I mean, you went all extra with it. Like, hi, my name is Dave.
Gotta cup it. Gotta cup it at the bottom. God damn. So I guess we're going as Brokeback for the Halloween. So.
Oh my god. No, we're not going as Broke.
I'm just gonna randomly play the theme song.
I don't even know what the theme song is, Dave.
I don't know it is, but I'll figure it out. YouTube, man. That's the magic of YouTube.
I was thinking about the other day when you did that, when you put it on my
oh my god, remember that?
On my computer, yeah. And then when you did it at work, and I was like, yeah, that really did piss me off when it was done at work.
I know.
Remember when the fucking catering guy was like, I hear you're famous, and I was like, dude, your food's not even that good. I'm like, don't you fucking start with me. I'm like, god damn it.
I remember you came by my section and you're like, really? Is this what we're doing? And then you started fucking tossing literally everything, like flipping my tools, throwing my stool, like just fucking like, oh yeah, you like this? Oh yeah, you think it's funny? And it just fucking flip. Oh my god, I was in fucking tears, dude.
For those that don't know and need context, Dave's an asshole. And
man, but they haven't figured it out by now. That's a problem.
One time years ago, I asked Dave, I said, hey, and my ex-wife and I were going out of town with the kids, and Dave was going to stop by the house and check on the dog. We had a dog. Well, when I came back, Dave must have gotten on our computer and tiled wallpaper on the desktop of Brokeback Mountain, but it was my face.
I also do Photoshop.
And I was like, this motherfucker. And I was kind of tight, but I was like, all right, that's funny. I felt a little violated. I was like, he really, because my computer was in my bedroom. I was like, I guess he came in my bedroom. All right. And then that was like during the weekend. So then Monday comes, and at that time, Dave and I worked together at we worked at the same place, the same spot, electrical spot.
Yeah, same spot.
Two different businesses owned by the same guy, and Dave was on one business and I was on the other, but we were all merging for a morning breakfast.
Yeah, that's what
they would have morning meetings with catered breakfast. I will say that motherfucker did. That was probably one of the few jobs I've ever had where I was like, y'all really go out for your employees. It was such a small knit crew anyway, which is why I think they were able to do that. But anyway, it was catered bacon and pancakes and whatnot. And I walk in and I'm all like, everyone's standing around and they're, talking and I walk in, I'm like, oh shit, look at the catering. And then people were laughing and stuff. And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm noticing around the table and the shelves and the racking in the area we were in, David made like 10 copies of this Brokeback Mountain logo with my face cropped, and it's taped everywhere. And I went, what the fuck? And everyone's laughing. And then the guy who's catering, the caterer, he's like, yeah, I hear you're famous. And I felt bad because I didn't even eat his food yet. And I was like, this food's not even that good, dude.
You didn't even taste it. And you're like, yeah, fuck your food, dude.
I was like, your food's not even that good. And and then I walk over to Dave. I'm like, really? Like you brought the war to my job. Started flipping all his fucking tools, everything, throwing it. I didn't give a shit. They were gonna fire me.
Oh my god, that shit was, dude. I've laughed so fuck to this day. I don't think I've laughed that hard since then. Dude, that shit was fucking. When you just came by and started flipping everything, I fucking lost it. That shit was hilarious.
It was one of the few times where I was like, I learned how far they will go somewhere.
That's right.
I said, wow, this is
because we were still fairly new, and you were like, oh shit,
that was like
this is
gonna
be a while.
Yeah.
That's what you're like, I'm gonna have to talk to Ronnie so she can reconsider.
Yeah, that was a fun place. Shout out to the Zimmermans and shout out to rest in peace, Quality Electric. And,
rest in peace, Quality
Power
Electric.
Automation. That was one of the jobs where I still to this day, I'm like, I can't believe I drove all the way out there every fucking morning.
Same here, man.
Work. You know what I mean?
Same here. Oh yeah, dude. I can't believe I drove a fucking hour and a half almost every fucking day, up and back. That shit was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to those that do that commute, because fuck that, dude.
When you're doing it, you don't realize it.
True. It does wear down, but you're right, because I did have an hour and a half to myself of just driving and just just getting shit cooled down from having to work at FedEx, and then as soon as I get home, I'm relaxed. That was my downtime, was like driving.
1000%.
So, yeah, but now I don't. Nah, screw that. I want to do that again.
No, I'm glad I don't do that again. But I do remember that. I think like now not having that time, or at least not having that. Not that I don't have that time, but it is different. It's a little different now. Where it was almost like do you know how far I need to drive? And then it was a double-edged sword, because it was like, but I do so much thinking, and especially when I worked at FedEx. I worked at FedEx. I had to be at work at 4:30 in the morning. Nobody's on the road. God.
Nah, dude.
Half hour to myself.
It was fucking. Yep. And that was actually a sweet, clean ride, because as soon as you 222. As soon as you jumped on that house, 283. You jumped on that, and that was clear, man. I remember doing that at night. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, man.
And then I remember the hurricane that happened that fucking time. I was flying home. There was a hurricane that hit that. Remember that town that was like right down from the center that got flooded? It's right next to the river. You don't remember that? There was a hurricane that came through and fucking flooded that town, dude. It was all the way up to the stop sign. That little creek turned into a fucking river and flooded the whole town out. Yeah, you drove right past it to get to FedEx. So.
Yeah, I must have blocked that.
Then again, I forget who. No shit. That's what I'm talking to.
I must have blocked that one out.
Current hurricane.
He's like, remember that hurricane? I'm like,
As soon as I said it, I'm like, oh, he's not gonna fucking remember.
Dude, I blocked so much shit out. Like, there's times where they would block because of construction. You couldn't get off the exit to get to FedEx. You had to like go the exit after, and and you had to make a loop around and shit and cut through the school. And I'm like, I'm not even from this area.
I remember that. Yeah, man. I said sometimes I miss it, because like I said earlier, you guys have a lot of have you been to Field of Screams? Speaking of that area?
No, I know where it's at. I don't.
You've never been to
places.
Field of Screams?
No, I used to want to do that shit in my 20s and maybe in my very early 30s, but now it's not in me to do that shit anymore.
We have to,
because I'll punch somebody. I will. Like, I'm just not. No, I'll punch.
You walk in. You walk in. Did you know that there's four squares in the grass? I'm not scared, but you know, do you have a moment? You'll be the new Jehovah's Witness for graph paper.
That's how I defeat the evil spirits at those types of events. When they come up to try to kill me, apparently I just hold up graph paper and confuses them.
You got a moment to talk about graph paper.
Hellraiser's like,
you got
what do we have here?
My one weakness.
12 across, 12 down.
12 across, 12 down. God damn, yo, that's fucking great. Holy shit.
Right.
Yeah, perfect graph paper.
Well, I feel like we did a good job.
I think so too.
Not talking about anything.
Like literally.
I gotta be honest with you. When you brought it up, I was like, that's not a bad idea, but I'm just like, how do we go about it? And then like today, I was like, I didn't prepare at all. I'm not stressed at all. Like,
it's just gonna flow out. That's what I mean. Like we used to do this all the time. Just sit down and just shoot the shit, and then hours later, we're like, oh, I guess our wives need us.
Yeah. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with
that's what I mean. It's like
for your
bar
wife.
talk, and that's what I mean. Like getting time to just sit and talk. It's like what we used to do. Go to the bar and just shoot the shit.
I know. And next time you're in town and you want to let somebody know last minute, let me know ahead of time.
I do that all the time.
Dave hits me
Every
up
time.
like, guess what? I'm in Lancaster. I'm like, again? I was like, well, I mean, my mom's here. You can come over if you want. Like, no, forget it. Like, what the fuck you mean? Why you? I don't want to intrude. Like, you're not. I'm leaving. Okay.
You just summed up our relationship. You just summed up our relationship right there and there.
I'm like, this is what Ronnie's talking about when Dave is just like, bye, here.
Yeah,
bye,
right.
here.
I'm so fucking...
He's like, forget it, we're already home. Like, oh, okay. You literally just texted
me. You gotta keep
hours.
up. You gotta keep up. You can't keep up. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, man. Well, I think that was I had a good time. I hope everybody else had a good time. I'm sure they did.
Damn right.
You said you got friends of yours that are watching, and shout out to all of them. I don't know anybody personally that watches, so that's good. I hope we continue to deliver a bro church-esque episode every time we're here.
Mm-hmm. And if you got any topics, let us know.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. If anybody feels like
we'll try to destroy it one way or the other,
as long as it's not weather. Because I probably won't have much to say about it.
Yeah, just world destruction. Did you know about the second moon?
Yeah. Well, after this one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is where we
said after this one.
After this one.
Once this one retires, you mean? We're going to get another one? Fair enough.
Well, now we know what to talk about next time.
Okay. That's it. You pay attention to that shit because I don't know. You're looking for a werewolf and a vampire to come out.
You're right.
Roll dice with them.
It's only an asteroid the size of Delaware that's literally circling the moon right now.
Whatever. I'll worry about it when it's here in my face.
There you go.
I can be Bruce Willis and throw a bomb in it and save the world.
Yeah. We'll see if you can remember.
Oh, come on. Don't do that to Bruce.
Oh, no. I was talking about you. That's messed up about Bruce, man.
Yeah,
I feel bad for
it
him.
is messed up. And now you're trying to play it off like you said, oh,
no, I literally
you
was
sit
not
there.
talking about Bruce.
You said if I can't. Bruce Willis is up there like, why am I here now?
I got respect for that guy now. No.
You got respect for Bruce.
I got respect
Get the fuck out of here.
Robin Williams, Bruce Willis.
Now you throw Robin Williams
Freeman.
in there. See, now you play with people's feelings.
No.
Let me not get on Dave too bad because he mentioned Robin Williams.
Yeah, there you go.
Rip, R.M.P.
R.I.P. man, R.I.P.
Okay. All right.
That's great.
Well, let's stop this now before people start throwing us to the freaking flames with pitchforks because you brought up Bruce Willis forgetting
legend.
who he was. Damn.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
All right. Well, that is the Dave. I am Felix. Thank you very much for joining us on Bro Church. We will see you again, God willing. Peace.